Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today's giveaway is the grab slam. Yeah, it's a simple grab move and enjoy. I'm gonna showcase the move first and then I'm gonna explain the code of it. So if you want to know what the code does, yeah, watch the video to the end. Alright, so yeah, this is basically how the move looks. You grab your enemy, go a bit forward, and then slam it on the ground. Let's see that again. Alright. As you can also see, both toolbars get disabled when the move is active. And both of them can't move. Can't do anything. Perfect. And now I'm gonna explain the code. So for this I'm gonna clean up the place and go into Studio. Right, so first, if I'm gonna release the model, just ungroup everything in the right places. The FX folder in workspace, these 4 folders in replicated storage, the grabs the tool in setup pack, and yeah, this was it. The other stuff is just upper ends. Alright, so now I'm gonna explain the code. First, we just have some services in the script, and then we have some variables, some more. Then we have our settings. This is the cooldown, pretty self-explaining. And then we have the first damage. The first damage is the damage that you do to the enemy when you grab them. And the real damage is the damage that you do to the enemy when you slam it on the ground. And this is just a function for the rock spawn that you saw. Here you can also change stuff if you want. It's also pretty self-explaining from the names, the size, distance from the bound rocks, the lifetime, how much, then from the flying rocks, how high they're gonna fly, and how many are there. And yeah, then when we activate the tool, we check if the debounce is false. If it is, then we make it true. Then we have a task.spawn function. The task.spawn function just the rest of the code is still going on even though there's a wait here. This is basically just what a task.spawn function does. It doesn't stop the rest of the code. And yeah, then we do task.wait, cooldown, and after that the debounce is false again. And yeah, then we get the player, the character, the humanoid, and the human part here. Then we fire our first event to the client with start. And now we go into the client, and here we receive the event. And if the event is start, then we are gonna disable the player's toolbar for 5 seconds. But if we hit the enemy, then we are not gonna enable it again, because then we are just gonna make it longer, disabled. But this is a bit later. Then we play the animation here, the punch animation, or the grab animation. We set our player's walk speed and jump height, and auto-rotate. We set our humanoid jump height to 1, walk speed to 2, and auto-rotate false, so we can't rotate. Then we add a highlight to the player and tune it transparent, completely transparent again, just for the effect. Then after 0.2 seconds, we add a hitbox in front of the player. And by the way, right? And the hitbox is in here. So if you want to change the hitbox, just grab it, make it bigger or smaller, then put it back into here. Then we check if something will touch the hitbox. Then we check if the hit debounce is false. Then we also check that the hit dot parent has a humanoid, and that the hit dot parent isn't our character. Then we also check if the hit dot parent is alive, so if its health is over 0. Yeah. Then we make the hit debounce true. Fire another event to the client, this time with hit enemy. Yeah, this just does that the player's backpack gets disabled for another 0.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds. And then we get our enemies, humanoid root part, humanoid, and the enemy in general. Then we load the player animation into enemy animation. Then we damage the enemy with our first damage, set everything to 0 and false in the humanoid, add an highlight to the enemy and also tune it to 0, destroy the hitbox, and then we weld the player and the enemy together. So they basically stay together. Then we stop the punch tag from the player and play the animation, the new animation for the player. Then we add a script to the enemy. That is this script, which basically just disables the enemy's backpack. Yep. Then after 0.5 seconds, we play a sound. This sound. Yep. And we move the player forward with a body velocity. Then we also play the enemy animation. Then after 1 second, we destroy the build, damage our enemy with the real damage, put a rage decoy on the floor. This is just this one. Yep. We add our rock sound, which is also under here. Yep. Then we also add a blood sound, which is also under here. Yeah. And our effect, which you can also change. It is this effect. Yeah. A simple effect. By the way, both of these effects aren't gonna be in the model. They are just here for another stuff I did with pizza curves. Genau. Yeah. Then we call the spawn rocks function that we have over here on the top of the script, and then we fire the server again, the client again. This time with the stem, and this just does that we add a blur effect to the players, to the lightning, make the tween blur effect to 0, also add a camera shake, and tween the camera's field of view to a 100, and after 1 second to 70 then. And then after 0.6 seconds, we slowly tween this decoy away, and we set our stuff for the player, so the player can walk, jump, and rotate again. And after another 0.5 seconds, the enemy also gets everything back. And if the player didn't hit any enemy, just after 0.5 seconds, everything is gonna reset. Yeah, and this was basically the script. If you still have any questions, ask me or anyone that knows it. And don't forget to join my Discord to get the model. And yeah, enjoy. Have a great day.